Hello, do you have the cylinder and piston gone on your chainsaw STIHL 028? Well, then look at this. We're gonna change it right now. I've bought this kit on the internet, so we've got everything we need. And before we start, we're gonna remove the petrol and we're gonna remove the oil as well, okay? And then we'll start dismantling everything. Let's start by removing the back cover using a flat screwdriver. There we go, easy. Now the filter, again with a flat screwdriver. Here we go. Now we remove the linkage from the accelerator. We pull it up a bit. If your screwdriver is a bit big, you can use a smaller one. Here we go. It's out, okay? Now using a span of 8, we're gonna remove the carburetor. Make sure you keep all the parts in a safe place, not to lose anything. Okay, perfect. Now we gonna remove the carburetor. So we remove that little pipe that we got here, the pipe that comes towards us. So sometimes we can remove it with the finger, and sometimes we can use something to push it out. Not sure if you can see it, okay? And now we just pull the carburetor towards us. If it comes, it should come. Here we go. Perfect. Here we go. Now we're gonna disconnect the spark plug, remove the spark plug. There we go. And then we're gonna remove that top part. To remove the top part, we're gonna use the Torx key that's usually given with the STIHL tools. So we remove these two. Here we go. We put it slightly on the side and it should come off. Here we go. Okay. Now we've got that earth cable, we remove it, and that's it, we're done. We're now gonna remove that cover where we've got the pulling cord, again with the Torx spanner. I'm very sorry, today is a very windy day and it's highly possible that the audio of the video will be rather bad. That day is like that. What we're gonna do? Okay, so we remove the 4 and it should come off easily. Perfect. Let's see. Here we go, done. Hopla. We're now gonna be removing this part, the chain. This is easy. Okay, and now this comes off. Let's now remove the bar to hold it. So it's 4 screws, 2 here and 2 that are found under. Again, same spanner, the Torx. Perfect. Here we go. Now we're gonna remove the exhaust. Here there's something a bit wrong, something has been changed at some point. Here it's a span of 10 and here it's a screwdriver. I'm not too sure why. So we're gonna remove the first part and then inside we're gonna go again with the Torx spanner. Let's now remove the brake with these two screws. Torx again. Now we're gonna remove the bobbin with two screws and the cable. We're just gonna remove the black one, which is here. We just slide it off like that. Now we need to remove the flywheel. If you don't have any tools for that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a piece of string or lace. We're gonna use a punch and a hammer, okay, in order to remove it. So how does it work? You turn this and you place the piston at the bottom, okay? Once at the bottom, you place the lace inside where you put the spark plug, okay? You put it inside as much as you can, make sure it doesn't come off by the exhaust, okay? And then when you turn it, now it shouldn't be able to come up to the top anymore. See, it blocked, okay? So once it's like that, you just place the spanner inside, which is 13. You open it. After that, we're gonna use the punch. I'm gonna give it a good go. I won't do it because this table is glass and obviously I will make some serious damage, okay? And normally it should come off, okay? So when you use the punch and you go on top and you hit it, don't remove fully the nut, because if not, it might spread a little bit, the crankshaft, okay? So you just loosen it, but you don't remove it, okay? Then you give it a good go. If it's the first time it goes, it might require a bit more, but it should come off, okay? So anyway, I will film it now and you will see what it looks like. As you have seen, it was rather easy to remove the nut. Now let's remove the rest. Let's remove now all this. For this we're gonna use a flat screwdriver. We're gonna remove this ring and the other ring. All these bolts goes with the Torx key, and this one we have to remove that plate as well, which goes with a flat screwdriver. Now we remove this, pull this one up, help yourself with a screwdriver if you want to, it should come off. Okay, here we go. And then this one, below this you got a bearing, careful, it's there. Okay, now we're gonna remove this plug and the screw that's inside, as well as here and here. Now we're gonna unscrew this from that silent block, and the whole carcass should move, so we have access to the entry of the for the air filter that goes to the chamber. See, now it moves. Now we have access, and we can remove. There's a screw inside. There's a plastic bit that's connected to this. There's a circlip. We unscrew it and we remove it. Hope you can see it. You see, I've now removed it. Okay, it's not done. Now I can't show to you on the camera, but you see that kind of fuel line. Okay, there's one here inside as well. So with a screwdriver, slightly pull it out, and then you'll be able to open the entire chainsaw. Okay, so you see, it's this fuel line here that you have to remove from here. You see that small bit? Now to remove the clutch, we're gonna do exactly the same thing as for the flywheel, except that instead of turning it that way, we're gonna turn it that way. Okay, so I've done it now with the string, etc., so I can just remove it. Okay, and it comes off. Now we're gonna be removing all the screws that are inside here, there, and inside here. Once it's done, we're gonna place a key as well, and we're gonna remove the one from the cylinder. Now that everything is removed, we're gonna knock it on this side, and this should split. So as I said, now that we knock it here, the chainsaw opens up. Okay, and now we have access to everything. Okay, so now we can change the piston, and we can clean everything and start building up again. Now that we have the machine completely dismantled, we're gonna remove the piston, and we're gonna remove these little clips that are here using some kind of plier. Okay, once it's removed, then we should be able to remove the bar that's inside and change it. We make sure that it's absolutely clean, okay, that there's no dirt inside or anything that can grind the bearings. Before to put it back all together, I just want to show you the difference between the pistons. Okay, so that's the new one we're gonna fit on the machine. Okay, and that's the old one. Okay, have you seen? It's destroyed. It's completely destroyed. So this is an abuse to the machine, complete. Okay, that machine, or not sufficient oil has been used with the petrol, or is been overheating, etc. But it, you know, if you don't want your machine to end up like that, just be very careful what oil you put in your petrol. Make sure it's properly maintained, because it's a shame to have such a good machine ending up like that. Usually, if you have to bring that machine to a workshop, when they will see that damage, they will tell you throw it away. Okay, so unless you do it yourself, it will cost you an absolute fortune to repair everything. Okay, just by labor, dismantle everything, the parts, etc. So okay. So make sure, okay, don't abuse your machine. Okay, now when you're gonna fit the piston, okay, you see there's an arrow here. Okay, so the arrow goes towards the exhaust of the machine. Okay, make sure as well that the rings are well placed. Okay, there's a little slot, okay, where it shouldn't be able to move from that. Okay, and also grease well. Okay, grease everything, and then we'll start closing the machine, and off we go. Everything is now closed off, and the piston is fitted. So now basically we need to mount the machine exactly the same way as we dismantled it. Okay, so I will start fitting everything back together, and let's see how it looks after. I've now rebuilt the entire chainsaw. It's nice, beautiful, it's nice and clean, perfect. Obviously I've got it off, but the compression is now beautiful, and that's perfect. So I've started before, it goes beautifully. So now if you got a problem, you know how to change the piston, you know how to change everything. It's a bit of work, of course, but it's worth it, okay, if you want to save a nice machine like that. Okay, so I hope that you have liked the video, and we'll see each other in the next one. See ya.